Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no restitution, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage. You ain't gotta like a nigga regardless, baby, I'm blessed. And I keep that blick with me, we like grits and eggs. As you sip your coffee, flick your cigarette and let a nigga vent. Yeah.
We back. Oh, we back. Grits and Eggs Podcast, episode 31. I am your host, Deante Kyle. But guess who's behind the camera?
Big Bucket Hat Cat.
Big Bucket Hat.
I stop.
As always, shoot me an email, gritsandeggspod@gmail.com. Or if you want to send some donations, gifts, donations, $ Grits and Eggs Podcast on Cash App. Fuck with your boy. I've been showing a little love on the Cash App. And as always, you know, the Cash App is going towards getting new camera equipment. He got all these aliases.
You gotta choose one, son.
I couldn't think of what I wanted to call you.
He said Big Bucket.
I was gonna call you Big Bucket Ice.
Big Bucket. Butter Pecan.
Bucket Hack. Big Ice Chain. Big Ice Cup.
All the bees. Nigga, all the bigs out here, nigga. Alright,
hey, look, but it's gonna go towards, you know, improving the studio space. Eventually, when we go Patreon, we're gonna hit 10K subscribers. Oh, first of all, the love, bro. The love, bro. I mean, to everybody that's been sharing thoughts and opinions on the podcast, to everybody that's just been, anybody that sent a donation, anybody who shared it with their friends. Bro, we at 5.5K subscribers. We was at 4K, 4.4. Now we at 5.5 in less than a week. I can't tell you how fucking grateful I am. This shit is kind of surreal. But, you know, when you kind of doing your thing and you believe in something, and it's just like, I'm get behind the camera, I'm gonna be myself. I feel comfortable here in this space. But y'all are making it a real thing, bro. With the love. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Nate Bryan. Shout out to anybody that shared it, made a video about it. Shout out to anybody that made the Gullah Gullah. The merch is on the way. The merch is on the way. We're closing in on that merch. We got a few little details we had to work out with quality. Shout out Suki the Saint. If you see her in the comments, follow her. That's who does all the graphic design. That's going to be my partner with merch and in the In Sheep's clothing brand that's coming soon as well. So, we did a whole episode on the whole Diddy situation, right? One thing I really want to talk about is how vindicating it must be, right? Like, it's the guy that's holding the cardboard sign like the world's finna end and nobody believes him. He's the guy on talk radio like they're up to something, they're controlling us, and nobody believes him until it comes true. People have been saying this about this man for a long time, and I just want to acknowledge how vindicating it must be for people who've been seen as conspiracy theorists or quacks, like people like Orlando Brown, people like Jaguar Wright. I still take everything these people say with a grain of salt. But to know that you can't call them crazy, right? It's easy to just dismiss them as being crazy. But there's obviously a lot of truth to the things that they've been saying. And, you know, people are talking about evidence and evidence. Brother, this ain't a state case. This is a federal case. That 99% conviction rate is real. They get everything. They like, what that nigga Kevin Gates said, them boy, like Jesus Christ. When they come get you, it's real. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I just want to shout out to the people that's been whistleblowing and calling out truths and have endured probably death threats, probably stalked, probably getting a lot of backlash from not only their peers, but from the people in the public, calling them crazy, calling them quacks. And now here it is. They're being vindicated. I do think, okay, so there was this clip of like Charlie Kirk going around, right? Where he's arguing, or he's not arguing, but he's debating. And Tristan, you can insert clip here. But he's debating with this young black woman, and he's basically saying, oh, well, blacks are X amount of the population, but they commit X amount of the crimes, and that's all of that stuff has been dispelled. And I'm gonna actually send Tristan the video, the guy that dispels all this stuff too.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders, they commit more arsons, they commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay. Let's talk about it. These are obviously racist claims, but I will respond to them as if Charlie Kirk were a reasonable person.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the US government. But it makes you wonder why Charlie feels the need to add an additional 12% to the black prison population. Could it be because his bigoted talking points only work if he exaggerates them? If Charlie were actually looking for the race that makes up half the prison population in the US, he'd look no further than white people at 57%.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Wrong. The word so is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes.
He's saying so, as in therefore, as in one could conclude, but Charlie knows he's lying. Even if he hadn't just lied about the black prison population, Charlie is smart enough to know that correlation does not equal causation, but he's hoping that you don't know that. So he deploys the word so to make you think he's coming to an obvious conclusion.
Exactly.
So blacks
Instead, he's making an illogical, racist leap. Charlie knows that we don't have usable data about who commits crimes. It's impossible to have that data since so many crimes go both unreported and or unsolved. Charlie knows that we only have data about arrests and convictions. I'll come back to that data in a moment. What's painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk isn't interested in understanding the statistics he so carelessly misquotes. He's interested in making bad faith arguments, something that becomes even more obvious in his next point.
blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again, and loud this time. If Charlie were interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistic. Yes, black people are about 13% of the population, but make up 53% of all criminal exonerations. In fact, black people make up 55% of all murder exonerations specifically. Black people are more likely than any other group in this country to be convicted of crimes they did not commit. And then people like you have the nerve to parade these stats around as though they prove something. The reality is that you probably know these stats, but you leave them out on purpose because to bring that stat into this conversation would make some people think. And that's the last thing a person like you wants.
People like Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, these people are intellectual racists, okay? They try to use facts and stats. We all understand that things have a cause and things have an effect, right? People that are constantly concerned with how the effects are without ever addressing the causes bug the fuck out of me. Also, there's no point in debating somebody that's an intellectual racist because they have, their whole point is to spread white supremacist or racist rhetoric. And it's to harm black people for one, but it's also for others to feel comfortable disparaging them because I got these facts, I got these stats and all this and that. But if you notice anything about these people, they have one thing in common. They never debate grown-ups. They debate young adults, usually college students, right? But anybody who has that fully developed frontal lobe, anybody above the age of 27, they won't debate them. That's why they go to these colleges, because these are people who, one, are fresh out of high school, so they're freshly independent of thought and of having their own voice. So there's a reason why they choose that. It's like, for one, this is somebody who has probably been debating for years. So they put in a lot of time. They're skillful debaters, right? Whether they're racist or not, they have a skill set. But for two, they're going and honestly, they're debating with college students who are arguing from an emotional standpoint. Right? They might have some facts. They're still not equipped with the full ability to critically think, critically respond to things, because you can see in this one video specifically, the girl was getting emotional because he's being racist as fuck, but he's talking about her people. And she doesn't have the skill set to really, she has some skills and some talking points that do debunk what he's saying, but she doesn't have the ability to keep up because he's like doubling and tripling down on Black people are murderers. Basically saying black people were better when they were subjugated. Black people were better when they were segregated. Black people were better when they were owned. That's his whole thing. That's the point that he's trying to get across. Now, let's run down some real cause and effect of America, right? But before we go into this, I want to say something, okay? You have to view the government and three-letter agencies alike. The same way you would view the NFL, the NBA, or any professional sports organization. You have to view them the way that you view the owners of these organizations, in that they're using their budgets to get the best people. If you have a budget, you're going to spend the money on LeBron. They're getting the LeBron James of psychology, the LeBron James of sociology, the LeBron James of anthropology. These are people who study the human brain, study human behaviors, and study how people interact in societies, in large groups. They're getting the best people, okay? Now, an example of this can be The Cosby Show. Bill Cosby hired a psychologist to make sure that the imagery that was being put out, the dynamics that were being put out, was going to have a positive effect on the people that were viewing it. To view black people in a positive light. Okay, if Bill Cosby has the mindset that let me get a professional involved in how this is going to be viewed and what the effect is going to be. When we talk about all of these different things like the Tuskegee experiments, things like redlining, a bomb being dropped on the MOVE group and how that would affect the psychology of the people in surrounding areas, to not ever go against the power structure. Biological warfare with the Tuskegee experiments, class warfare with redlining. All of these things are having an effect on people. Every time black people have got any upward mobility, anything of their own, white mobs have been able to come in, burn it down, steal land. How many black people have had their land stolen? How many black people have had their land stripped away due to eminent domain? And for some reason, every time they build something, it got to go through a black neighborhood? All of these things are purposeful. These are causes. Okay, you keep people subject, and then when they know from experimentation how people act when they live in very dense areas, when there's a lot of people and not a lot of resources, right? Then, after you do all the redlining, after you destroy any upward mobility, after the Great Migration, people are moving all over the place. Not a lot of people have land. People that did have land have had it stolen. People that were able to keep their land have children that go on and want to do something else and decide to sell the land, whatever the case may be, right? Now that you got all these people living in all these dense populations all across the country, then you throw a literal chemical warfare type drug of crack cocaine into the neighborhoods. You flood it. You flood it with guns. What black person owns a gun factory? What black person has any ties or connections to south of the border to go get this cocaine, to put that play together? This has already been proven that the CIA was doing this to fund a war in Nicaragua. All of these things are causes, and now we're in real time living in the effects of all of these actions, right? And still, white people make up more than half of the prison population. But if you want to talk about another example in this video that comes out, how many times are black people exonerated of their crimes? Wrongfully convicted, like Mr. Marcellus Williams. And we're going to get to that in a second. Nobody is more policed than black people. The people have the least resources are the most policed. The people that probably commit more crimes probably have access to all the drugs. They get slaps on the wrist. They live in affluent neighborhoods. These are also effects, right? The way that white people live is an effect of the causes back then, of stealing land, of subjugating people, of segregating themselves, of doing schools based on income tax, doing school based on property tax. All of these things, bro. And it's like, all in all, bro, stop trying to prove your humanity to white people. White people that are racist are going to be racist. And they're going to find stats and facts to justify that racism. Because think about this. Think about your whole career. It's just, I'm going to prove that I'm justified in my racism. I'm going to prove that black people are monsters. Black people are a problem. People that you didn't go to school with any black people. You didn't grow up around any black people, right? You probably hardly have had any interaction with black people, and yet you're using your internet to search stats up about black people. That's obsessive, weird behavior. You don't need to prove anything to these people, right? I understand that in college, you know, you're going through an academic revolution of the mind, right? You're in a space where it's like you're being hit with information. You've been spoon-fed information your whole life. You've been given a whole bunch of information that really ain't here or there. Then you get to college and your whole intellectual world is woke up, okay? And I understand wanting to debate with people that you don't agree with, but these people are intellectual racists. That is the only way to describe it. Understand that their stance is proven that it's justified that they hate you. This is why I would never participate in a debate, because it's just an intellectual pissing contest anyway. You're not changing the minds of anybody. Everybody who came in with their stance is leaving with their stance, right? But you have to understand the way that these three-letter organizations and the government operate is to uphold the systems that they've built, right? So think about this, like a football player, a basketball player, right? The best of the fucking, Jesus Christ. But the way that these agencies, listen, it is beneficial, right, to this power structure, to this white supremacist power structure. That is what this country is founded on, okay? It's deeply ingrained in government. It's deeply ingrained in policing. It's deeply ingrained in almost every institution, right? And just because of the internet, black people are a lot more visible today. But the thing is that when you look at like the average athlete, right? How long has he been playing sports? We're talking about people that started playing for sports at what, 5, 6 years old? In order to be in the top 1% of 1% of athletes in the world, all they've ever thought about is ball. Of course, giving them a 10, 20, $50 million contract isn't consequential to the structure of white supremacy, because these are people that have only been centered, like sole focused, like they're only been focused on themselves as individuals. These aren't like class conscious people. In some cases, these are very educated brothers. In most cases, these are not the most intellectually sound people, right? These are people that they finally made it. They want to do all the things. They want to do all the baller shit. J.R. Smith was talking about why when we put our money together and build our own facilities, did they do it? No. Because they also have advisors that are white, accountants that are white, who's advising them on how to spend their money. So putting $1.5 million up to help construct a community center, they risk reward, but doing it to get a Bugatti is like, yeah, ball out, have fun, you earned it. Ultimately, people that you see getting big money are not threats to the higher society, right? And that's fine. I'm just saying that you have to understand, like, when you start asking black people, oh, you got all that money, why aren't you doing that for black people? All of these things have already been factored in, right? They've already factored in, like, okay, you don't think that there's a conversation? Hey, we gonna get this dude $20 million. You sure you want to start giving black people that much money? Nah, he one of ours. Like, he on our side. That's why Michael Jordan out here looking like he cried orange juice. I'm just saying, you can look at a few examples, like Mr. Marcellus Williams, right? Set to be executed on my son's birthday, 9/24. Marcellus Williams is scheduled for execution in Missouri on September 24th, even though there is no reliable evidence proving that he committed the crime for which he was sentenced to death. The state destroyed or corrupted the evidence that could conclusively prove his innocence, and the available DNA or other forensic crime scene evidence does not match him. There is far too much uncertainty in this case to allow Mr. Williams to be executed, particularly when the victim family believes life without parole is the appropriate sentence. It is not too late for Governor Mike Parson to ensure that Missouri does not take an innocent man's life. The governor should exercise his authority to grant clemency and commute Mr. Williams' sentence to life without parole, or at minimum, stay the execution to allow the resolution of further appeals. With the weight of this new evidence and the unreliability of the witness who testified against Mr. Williams, his conviction must be reevaluated to ensure that justice is truly served. Now, over the last 10 years, how many black men have we seen receive $1.5 million, $3 million, $5 million for being wrongly convicted of a crime and then released 20 years later? I've seen in some cases guys released after 40 years. So we go back to Charlie Kirk, this intellectual racist, and his oh, people commit all these crimes. But we're not talking about the crimes that people are being committed. We're talking about the crimes people are being arrested for and the crimes people are being convicted of. And how many wrongful cases have we seen people get exonerated for? How is this man... Everything that they tell you the justice system is built on, without a reasonable doubt. All this fucking reasonable doubt in this man's case, and he's still set to be executed in less than 2 days. This is the system, guys. This is what this thing is. This is what it's always been. And honestly, you gotta imagine, like, I don't even want to be the person to say, this is what it's gonna be. I want to be the person to say that there is no way to assimilate into these systems to change them. And the cold, uncomfortable truth is that if these systems are not dismantled, this is what it is. And dismantling these type of systems, it requires unity, for one, amongst the most separated people in this nation. We're separated by race, sex, religion, identity, ideology. There's so many different things that we choose to like fight over shit. And the reality is we have one common thing and we have one common vision. What most black people want is to be left alone, to be able to operate freely in this country, to believe what they want to believe in, and have the ability to have upward mobility without all these fucking obstacles in our way, right? We want to have the same freedoms as everybody else. I don't want to walk into a bank and be denied just because I'm black. I don't want to be denied from housing just because I'm black. I want my house to be appraised appropriately and not have to hire a white person to come speak for me just so I can get a correct appraisal. These are all the things that black people have been wanting and been asking for. And also, if you have arrived at the space where you want to see black people doing better, living better, getting along, loving and respecting each other, I don't really care what vehicle you use to arrive there. I don't care what ideology brought you to that enlightenment. The point of it is that we have way too much in common to allow these little petty ass differences to keep us separated, right? And that's a micro issue in our community, but it's a macro issue in the country. We have all of these different things where we're actually just human beings, and we all basically have the same shared values. We still want the same shared freedoms. We want to see our kids grow up in a safe society. I don't want my kids to go to school and worry about getting shot. I want to be able to turn onto Martin Luther King and it not be some stereotype about me having to lock my doors. I'm not going to walk around living in fear of my own people. Okay? And I don't think that people that rap shouldn't be able to go back to where they come from. They should feel more comfortable. But this is, again, effects. Cause and effect. These are effects. People that have lack resources, and then somebody goes out, garners a lot of resources, brings them back, but doesn't spread the resources, just shows them off. Right? How many chains could have put community centers in their neighborhoods, right? How many and created jobs for people, which is extremely important. How many chains could have went to bettering the school's books? But it's all like this thing where we get these personal gains and we only use it for personal enrichment. And this is why, yeah, I'll give you $30 million. I know you're gonna spend 2 of it on jewelry. You know what I'm saying? It's this extreme, it's this hyper individualistic mindset that comes from capitalism, but it also is a great symptom of white supremacy that we have to like really get off that shit. This man shouldn't be set for execution no matter what he did. If they can't completely prove what he's done, if the DNA is inconclusive, if the witness can't be trusted, and the family is even saying, look, life without parole is fine, just don't kill him. I don't believe in state-sanctioned violence at all. That's a slippery slope. This is how it ends. State-sanctioned violence is always going to end with black people catching hell. This is why I don't believe in, oh, if you rape a child, you should be executed, or if you rape a child, you should be castrated chemically. I don't believe in the state carrying out any of those things, because who's going to be the real victims of that situation? It's mostly going to be black men, and a lot of it is going to boil down to false allegation. Emmett Till was killed over this. How many black men have been lynched just for being in the presence of a white woman? Like, this used to be like a thing for them. You want to talk about how violent black people are? All this shit that you've done to black people, y'all shouldn't even exist if we so fucking violent. We really be trying to have our own way. Like, we want to get the fuck. I don't want to be thought about. Go do your white bullshit over there. All them Ellis Island immigrants was coming over here forming mobs, forming gangs, running up the numbers, running up the death rate. At the same time, in the South, Black people and white people were starting to get along and create some type of class consciousness. And then y'all invited these immigrants into whiteness to boost up your numbers. So the same niggas that want to talk about being Irish and, oh, we were slaves once, y'all are now the cops. So I don't want to hear that shit. These people are just cowards, bro. That's all it is. It's like you're intellectually racist and you're intellectual cowards. You don't want to tell the truth about anything. So it's like, what is the point of arguing with them? If we have an understanding, me and you, and we have a shared experience, we have a shared culture, we have all these things that we share, we don't need their opinions on things. We don't need them to agree. They can view us however the fuck they want to view us. Keep your motherfucking hands off of us. Keep your motherfucking hands off my motherfucking people. That need to be where we at with it. Like, honestly, seriously, bruh. It don't need to be like, I don't need to prove my humanity to anybody. If you put your motherfucking hands on me, if you touch one of my women, if you touch one of my children, if you touch one of our brothers, we're gonna have motherfucking problems. That's what it need to be. Young man Javion McGee, truck driver, and you know, I be knowing a lot of shit, but sometimes I be a little shaky on the details. This week, we ain't leaving no room for error. Police on Wednesday released major news updates on the case that's gripped social media for days after Chicago area truck driver Javion McGee was found dead in North Carolina. Henderson, North Carolina. These sundown towns still exist. I live in Alabama. For about 5 years, there was famously a sundown town. Something Holly Pond, something like that. It was like one of them. They was like, hey, at night, stay away from that shit. But according to the Vance County Sheriff's Office, 21-year-old McGee was found with a rope wrapped around his neck 11 times in a rural area near Henderson, leading social media users and family to demand more details about how he died. The driver's family reportedly spoke out, questioning the circumstances surrounding his death, with TikToks from alleged family members going viral. We obviously don't believe the narrative, and the narrative is that he did this was self-inflicted. The narrative is that this is a suicide. That narrative doesn't make sense. When you get to the point of wrapped around his neck 11 times in a rural area, does that even make sense? 11 times? 11 times is a choice. 11 times is vitriol. That's hatred. Police said they spoke to a member of the McGee family and said at their request showed them where his body was found and showed evidentiary photos of the case. In their latest updates, evidentiary photos of the case. In their latest update, the sheriff's office revealed a detailed image, a detailed timeline of McGee's final moments, based on what they described as GPS information, witness statements, cell phone data. So, let's see here. This is the timeline. At 1 a.m., McGee picked up a load of goods from Pennsylvania to deliver to Walmart in Henderson, North Carolina. Now, I, former truck driver, know that Walmart operates on a scheduling system, right? And they usually do their first intakes at 5 a.m. So if he arrived at 1, that means he had to shut down and wait there until either he had to do a reset or he had to wait for his appointment. And when you already on property grounds, you can do personal conveyance just to get to the door. So this makes sense. After he arrived and unloaded the shipment in North Carolina, he was seen on video making a number of stops in the following hours. Around 6 p.m. that evening, he traveled to Walmart Center on North Cooper, seen on surveillance walking into the store and purchasing a rope. That's crazy. Didn't know that. The footage showed McGee leaving the store but stopping his truck on the way out and handing something to a homeless person sitting in the entrance. Investigators say that they spoke to that person and learned McGee had handed him money saying, I don't know how much it is, but if I have more, I'll give it to you. It totaled to $228. So he's giving away all his goods and he just purchased a rope. Damn, it looked like this might be self-inflicted.
It looked like it is because he bought the rope. And then it says he went to the truck, went to a hotel room. There was no rooms available, so he went back. I guess however y'all found somewhere to sleep or whatever. Mm-hmm. Stayed there. He gets out the truck a few times with something in his hand, walks to the woods, comes back. There's nothing in his hands. So they're saying he might have killed himself.
Okay, well, I started this with on some sundown town shit because I know that's real. Yeah. But the evidence is pointing to this may be self-inflicted.
And he gave away $228.
He gave away all his money.
That's what I'm saying.
And he purchased a road, which means I don't have any use for this money.
Yeah.
That's sad. Okay. We could pivot. This is just in all honesty, because I ain't the type of person to carry on the narrative when new evidence is presented. This is looking like it was self-inflicted. This is also not been completely solved yet. So, but I will say this. In defense of this truck driver, the road can get lonely. And a lot of fucking truck drivers become institutionalized. And that's like a phenomenon in the trucking industry. They tell you always try to talk to people. Always talk to your family, because when you out and you not having that much human contact and you are alone a lot, things can get pretty depressing. Also, you don't know what's going on in his home life. Niggas be getting, I'm not trying to be like facetious, but niggas' wives be cheating on them. Niggas be going through divorces, and then you out there by yourself all the time. Shit could be happening that you can't do anything about because you out getting money. It's a lot of things. Rest in peace to Javion McGee. And I mean, that's a sad situation. But we're gonna move on to Amber Nicole Thurman. Abortion bans have delayed emergency medical care in Georgia. Experts say this mother's death was preventable. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
So, in her final hours, Amber Nicole Thurman suffered from a grave infection that her suburban Atlanta hospital was well equipped to treat. She had taken abortion pills, encountered a rare complication. She had not expelled all the fetal tissue from her body. She showed up at Piedmont Henry Hospital in need of a routine procedure to clear it from her uterus called a dilation and curettage, or a Deante. But just that summer, her state had made performing the procedure a felony. With few exceptions, any doctor who violated New Georgia law could be prosecuted, face up to a decade in prison. Thurman waited in pain in a hospital bed, worried about what would happen to her 6-year-old son. That's extremely sad. As doctors monitor her infection spreading, her blood pressure sinking, and her organs beginning to fail, it took 20 hours for doctors to finally operate. By then, it was too late. The otherwise healthy 28-year-old medical assistant who had her sights set on nursing school should not have died. An official state committee recently concluded, tasked with examining pregnancy-related deaths to improve maternal health. The experts, including 10 doctors, deemed hers preventable and said the hospital's delay in performing the critical procedure had a large impact on her fatal outcome. That is fucked up. And this is what I'm saying. I'm sure that this is going to affect women of all races. This is going to have an effect on women, period, right? But we know that the history of what that black women have with the medical industry is crazy. Black women specifically have terrible experiences with doctors and OBGYNs, especially surrounding their pregnancies, especially surrounding moments of when they're in pain. And this was absolutely a preventable situation. And this lady lost her life, and she left behind a 6-year-old son. And anytime that people are like going to overturn these, you know, and I really do feel deeply that the only reason they overturn Roe v. Wade is because white people not having babies.
Exactly.
And it's like some Handmaid's Tale shit, like you bitches gonna have babies. However you feel about it is not my concern. My concern is I'm pro-choice. I want people to make their own decision with their own body. I don't care if you get 10 abortions. It's crazy. It can get a little kooky after 3, but if you're not equipped to take care of the child, then the child shouldn't be here. And like, you know, and we're not aborting, you know, they be saying like people abort their children at 9 months, which is crazy because that's a forced pregnancy. So that's the only way to abort that child. I have been involved. It is a sad situation. Sometimes you have to make decisions based on your resources and your financial status. If you can't take care of it and you be really young, you be like 17, 18, 19, and you just think that's the best case scenario and you do it, it is sad. It do stay with you your whole life. But in my case, it stayed with me. But I would say that this is 100% preventable. And again, structurally, these people make these decisions, and then who does it affect? Because this lady shouldn't be dead. Marcellus Williams should not be facing execution. Javion McGee, prayers out to your family, bro. I wish you had, you know, no matter what the outcome is, I hope ain't nothing nefarious happen to you at the hands of anybody else. And I wish you had somebody there to support you in your final moments, my nigga. Prayers out to the family, bro. That's a sad situation that I personally can attest to as a truck driver. It gets fucking lonely. It gets depressing. I knew I had to come home. I had to be here every day. Because missing your kids, missing your old lady, missing your friends, missing out on hella shit so you can make some money to provide, yeah, it make you feel like a man because you making good money, you can provide, but goddamn time, man, time is, you can't get that motherfucking time back, bro. After we get the details of Javion McGee case, I don't want to lump him in with this, but these are the things that, like, people that are, like, intellectual racists, they won't talk about these things. This situation with Amber Nicole Thurman is egregious because this is a 28-year-old woman that lost her life and left behind her child over something that we need to really address, like healthcare in America, in a sense of like it is affordable for all, and that's the issue. When we start talking about places like what is it, like Switzerland or whatever, like all these places that get like free healthcare and shit like that, even places like Canada where they get free healthcare and shit, like these are developed nations just like us. But the issue in America is the roots of America are deeply racist. They don't want anything for all. They don't want free education for all. If anything, they're trying to charter school it up. You know, they're trying to gentrify and charter school so that people that are poor, because this is a race and a class issue, people that are poor have less resources, have less access to mental health services, has less access to health services in general. For example, the affirmative action thing, right? In the affirmative action situation, these Asians are basically pointing the finger at black people as why they're not being accepted into these schools. Oh, it's because of affirmative action. Of course white people gonna let you push that button. Go ahead. You want to be a model minority. You want to align yourself with me so much. And now, y'all's enrollment rate has went down even more, and black people's enrollment rate have went up. You try to shoot us in the foot, you end up shooting yourself. It's just like, everybody got a motherfucking problem with us. For what? What niggas did to y'all, bro? What did niggas do to you?
Be the best.
It gotta be, bruh. Like, bruh, you have to get to a point where you conclude, like, we must really be them niggas for y'all to be hating like that. Because we really just be vibing, bro. Niggas don't bother nobody. The worst thing gonna happen around some black folks, your ass gonna get roasted. Tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Toughen up.
Break down the word human.
Hue, a man of hue, the colored man. All right. The original man.
Okay, now.
Asiatic black man.
All right, now.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Y'all niggas be hating for no reason, bro. Y'all need to go find something to do. At this point, just give us the Southeast, bro. Just let us get that. Just let us get that. And then go do whatever you want, bro. Go find somebody else to be a racist too. Like, damn, bro. Then we be having problems with it. We be having diaspora wars. Niggas be coming over here talking shit.
I don't really like Charleston White, but I'm gonna say this, dog. He said he don't believe in karma because white people don't get their karma, right?
Nah, that nigga's definitely a broken clock that's right twice a day.
But listen, white people ain't get their karma because we ain't gave it to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you take the foot off your neck and break the foot off, it won't be no more kicking, son.
Yeah, that's a fact, though. That's a fact.
You gotta get up and stop wanting people to accept you.
Yeah, I think that. Listen, I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell you turn the other cheek. I think violence is an appropriate measure to violence. I think niggas talking shit should get punched in their motherfucking mouth. Cause I remember, this is a personal story I'm gonna tell, right? When I was like 17, 18, I was extremely vain. I used to get a thrill out of like fucking with niggas, girls and shit, right? And I was extremely vain, so I always felt like, oh yeah, you got a nigga? Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Slime ball. Nasty, egotistical, young nigga shit, right? Fucking with this nigga gal. She get in an argument with the nigga and basically threw me under the bus. Like, that's why I'm fucking such and such. I was gonna check my mail. That nigga came outside. Now listen, this nigga had just got out of prison. This nigga like 6 foot flow. This nigga black as shit. This nigga's walking around glistening. Shirt off, chiseled the fuck up. Why did I try this nigga? Then I decided I'm gonna push the button. Like, he said something about it. I want to amp it up. Like, yeah, fuck, nigga ain't gonna do nothing. Nigga. I couldn't see, big cat. My eyes was open. I hit the floor. Boom! My eyes was open. I can't see.
Your equilibrium. Your equilibrium was... You was fucked up. You was there, but you was fucked up. He's okay. The mind is gone.
Listen, son. I mean, you talking about a brother in the wrong occupation. He out here walking the streets, working out. He should have been in the octagon. That nigga hit me so hard. The next thing I knew, I was on the floor. The next thing I knew, I couldn't see. And he was like, yeah, nigga, talk all that shit now. I was like, you got it. You got it. Because I can't see. How am I fight a nigga I can't see? That nigga literally floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. Knocked me on my ass. Now, if I decide to pursue a young lady now, and she say, I got a man, I say, I hope y'all are happy. I'm leaving that alone. That nigga taught me a lesson that day. You don't fuck with niggas' gals, bro. Nigga black my shit too, twin.
Nigga don't play no game no more. Nigga don't bust your head if you bang his hoe, nigga. Juvenile told you in 99, nigga.
Man, that nigga punched me so motherfucking hard, man. And then this also like, bruh, I'm at this point in my life, bruh, I really didn't believe no nigga could beat my ass. I used to talk crazy, I used to instigate shit. Matter of fact, prior to that, I done seen him arguing with a nigga, and I was talking shit then. Talking shit to the nigga then, he just wasn't paying me no attention. Yeah. Fuck, nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. I'm a stiff one. You know that little muscle that's right here? That's what did it. That's what that was. Punched the fuck out of me, man. But either way.
I'll go ahead and check my mail.
Yeah.
How you get not going to check your mail?
I still went and got the mail, too. And then the homie, he with me. I'm like, why you ain't do shit? He was like, nigga, no. He's like, why you fucking with that nigga? You see this nigga. You see him. They got abs here. He got the 8-pack.
Oh.
He's a work of art. He's fresh out of prison, fresh off the tuna.
He's a Greek god.
He is. They got African folklore about this nigga specifically. This is Ogun, nigga. Nigga got punched out by Ogun and shit, nigga.
Oh my God.
Man, nigga hit me so, bro. Listen, bro. I legitimately thought I was blind. I thought like, oh shit, my vision might not come back. Cause my eyes was open. I could feel them being. I was blinking. Nothing was happening. Shit was black. I was on some Bugs Bunny, like, the stars going around your head. Oh, man. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, why the fuck you ain't do shit? He was like, do what? Do what? I'm smaller than you. Nigga, you ain't fucking with a nigga girl. Stop doing that. Don't do it no more, guys. I say that to say this. Don't pull out no phone when somebody being racist. Beat their ass. That'll show them. And it may not knock the racism out of them, but it'll make them keep that shit on the inside. Cause a lot of y'all niggas be being too soft. Oh, say it again. What did you say? What did you call me? Then the nigga be looking you dead in your face like, I called you a nigger. What are you talking about, bitch? No, and all that like, I don't know this woman. I ain't protecting this woman. Look, that ain't how I roll. But I understand wanting to keep yourself safe. So if you see a brother beating on this old lady, I don't condone that shit. If you scared in that situation, you scared.
That can get tricky though.
It can get tricky. No, I'm shooting niggas some bail. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna watch a nigga get beat up, but I understand that the ramifications could be me die. Somebody can die from that. If you see a white person antagonizing a black person in any situation, a Mexican, anybody antagonizing a black person, figure out what happened later. We need to put motherfuckers on notice that we tired of being fucked with. All right? I'm tired of this shit. Motherfuckers need to be put on notice that we tired of being fucked with. Just start going to nigga shit. Matter of fact, let's start a bail fund. Punch a racist in the mouth, get out the next day. Get out. Same day service. We gonna bail you out. You getting out the same day, baby. Don't even trip. Niggas gotta be put on notice that niggas is tired of being fucked with. Cause this shit getting old, bruh. I'm tired of watching niggas defenseless in situations and they don't want to do nothing because they don't want to go to jail. I know why you don't want to do nothing. I know what you're thinking about. You thinking about your kids. You thinking about your job. You thinking about all these different things. Put the motherfucking phone down and handle your motherfucking business and get the fuck on. And if you need to be able to look at a nigga and nod like, you see this? I'm finna go in. You got my back? I got your back. Boom. Handle your business. Put the motherfucking phones up. Make quick work of it and get the fuck on. You feel me? But because I done been in some situations, bro. I was in a Family Dollar, and this is probably like 2018. I'm in a Family Dollar. White dude's in there talking to the black cashier crazy as fuck. I was like, hey, my nigga, talk to me like that. He's like, well, this ain't got nothing to do. I said, do now? Stop talking to that motherfucking girl like that, bro. Oh, shit, what you think, big and bad? I was like, nigga, come on with this shit, bro. Come on, bro. Come on with this shit. I'm with this shit. I'm ready. That nigga walked up out of there. Oh, my God, thank you so much. You welcome. Shit, be on call. And I had the thing on me, too, like, I thought he might have been leaving to go to the car. I was like, he just don't know. It ain't even gonna be a motherfucking fight. Nigga finna get down in the Family Dollar. I'm finna use the Coke machine as a
shield.
As a shield, nigga. Duck behind that. Quick draw McGraw on that nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. But I just think, like, that's always kind of just been who I am, bro. I don't let people fuck with women. And I'm not finna watch no nigga get antagonized by nobody, bro. If the police fucking with a nigga, I'm finna come over there with knowing the law. I'm not interfering with your investigation. How much space do you need? Okay, I'm gonna give you space, and I'm finna record this shit, nigga. We gotta be on code with one another. Fuck all our differences, bro. I'm tired of that shit. The shit y'all be arguing about be bullshit. It be some black bullshit.
Stupid shit.
I don't care if you think you from Africa. I don't care if you think you a Native American. I don't give a fuck. You a nigga. You here. Look how these people look at you. Y'all niggas be doing pseudo-intellectual arguments for no fucking reason. It's because you don't got nothing else to do. And it's also because you don't want to identify as being a descendant of a fucking slave, bro. That's all it is. You don't want to identify with being the descendants of enslaved people. But think about the strength, bro. Think about the strength of people that endured. Think about the strength of those people that endured knowing that you would be in this position. They endured that shit, bro. These are some of the strongest people that's ever walked this planet, bro. They endured that, created culture out of that, rich culture out of that, traditions out of that. And yes, we got a lot of trauma because of that shit. And the millennials, we've been working hard trying to undo some of that shit. And in some spaces, we overcorrecting. And in some places, we undercorrecting. Some places, we just get it the fuck right. But at the end of the day, I'm sick of this shit. Okay? We need to get on code about some shit, bro. Every rap nigga we listen to don't gotta talk about doing drugs and killing niggas. Like, that shouldn't even be one to be no soundtrack you listen to every day, bro. Everything got a time and a place. We need to take this shit back to like 98, 99 when there was neo soul involved, and you could and every black voice was heard. Where the India REs at? We ain't got no India REs, bro. Where the Jill Scotts at, bro? Big these people up. I know y'all gonna say it's a girl like this, it's a girl that do that. Big them up. I don't want to talk about Ice Spice and Sexy Red. I don't want to talk about that. Some people need to be ignored. That's a big issue with black people. We don't know how to ignore shit. Niggas rage bait us on TikTok all the time, and y'all make these motherfuckers popular. Man, fuck these folk, bro. These folk not gonna do shit to you. They be running their motherfucking mouth, and ultimately all they want is our attention. You gotta start learning how to pay people in dust, bro. If a motherfucker not coming at nobody directly, and there ain't no physical ramifications of this shit, you gotta start ignoring people. Have you seen nigga Charlie Kirk smile?
He's unblessed.
He ain't blessed. I hate when a nigga got that. No disrespect to anybody got like that second floor of them gums. Like they got 2 floors. Teeth be base level like a motherfucker. It be 2 floors of gums. That shit be crazy work. Again, I'm not coming at your neck. If you got that situation going on, I understand how hard it's been for you. I'm just saying specifically on that nigga's face, it looks crazy. He looks creepy as fuck. Why would I even listen to a nigga that look like that? This is the type of nigga, even a young white man, if there are any young white niggas out here listening to me, why would you listen to him? You gonna listen to him? You gonna listen to a nigga that look like that? Aspire better. Aspire. Have a bigger idol. We need bigger idols. Stop talking to niggas like Ben Shapiro. Just reading the lyrics. Wet ass pussy. Wet ass pussy. I actually get no pussy. This is a bitch ass nigga, man. Man, I'll rock bottom Ben Shapiro. Take the nigga on the last ride for sure. Like, y'all be arguing, making these people important. These people are not important, bro. Also, I seen that Candace Owens is really trying to do a reband right now.
Just ignore her, bro.
You gotta ignore them. Yeah. No, that's what people are doing. Like, this thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's commenting on stuff. Just ignore these people. That bitch like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Who gives a fuck? This is an ugly ass bitch. I know people ain't offer like pretty privilege, but sometimes ugly people need to shut the fuck up. Of course you hate, and of course you're hateful. Leatherface? It's just, the thing is, it's just, you know, we just really need to get on code about certain shit where it's like, bro, we have a shared culture, we have shared experiences. Even people that's from the Caribbean, even people that's from the motherland, right? They come over here from the big continent. Bro, y'all have things in common with us, and y'all be complaining because y'all got roasted. These was jokes, bro. That's part of our culture. Apparently, part of British culture is if the football team loses a game, you get your ass beat by white people. Fuck them niggas, man. I don't know if I can never be cool with them niggas, man. That's one little section of the diaspora that I'm willing to always be at war with them UK niggas, man. Send your girls over here. They have some fine ass women over there being wasted on them weak ass dudes, bro. Lame ass niggas like James and Fuhad. That probably is is a micro version of the macro mindset. But shout out that rap nigga Alex and Skepta. Them niggas hard, bro. I fuck with them niggas. The nigga Alex, he hard. They say that nigga like the UK Kendrick Lamar. I be listening to some of his music. That nigga hard, son. He hard.
With the accent.
If I told you 2 + 2 = 4, then that mean 8 get all.
Yeah. I can't get with that. Yes, I'm sorry.
I was in crib watching Blue's Clues, and I heard me a knock at the door. I'm like, man, I saw shit out of that pussy ass nigga, man, rapping that nigga. Doing up tennis. You remember that? You remember that nigga with the Peaky Blinders out? Doing up tennis. Comments done some menace.
I just want to go back to what you said when they come over and they get roasted. They gotta understand, I'm not even African, son. I was a tar baby in the
niggas, bro. Niggas you call me, bro. Listen, bro. I've told you before. I get on the bus, niggas be like, ooh, ooh. I used to be like, bro, this shit weak as fuck, bro. Niggas used to call me a Mexican.
Being dark skinned in the 90s, going to elementary school,
it was rough for you. I ain't gonna lie.
That's like Jim Crow.
That shit was Jim
Crow.
I remember it was this boy named Omar. He black as hell. And niggas used to be like, God damn, nigga sweat. This nigga sweat. Nigga sweat grease. Because it's like, it will come from Jim, and they be like, look at Omar's shirt full of grease. full of oil. Bro, he just sweating like everybody else. They be like, that nigga sweat oil.
Being dark skinned in the 90s in elementary school.
That's a rough. It's a rough plight.
Yeah, it's rough.
Speak to your experience.
It never made me want to be light skinned, though. It never made me like, damn, I wish I was light skinned. It was just, damn, I got to be African booty scratching for the next 8 hours.
Yeah. And eventually you got to put your hands on somebody.
Yeah,
that's
you got to fight.
Bro.
Yeah, you got to fight.
That's the thing, bro, that niggas don't understand. It's like, they're really just testing your heart, bro.
Facts.
Because I'm telling you, if you this thing, we all know them girls, bro. We all know them girls that be mad as shit at 7 in the morning and they don't play. And niggas try to play with them. And they be like, bitch, if you don't stop playing with them, slap the shit out of you. And niggas leave them alone. Because we can tell they're dead serious. They're not at school to joke around. Oftentimes, these girls are in 11th or 12th grade. Oftentimes, they're being picked up by a box Chevy. They don't got time for childish games. They are fucking with grown men.
Grown drug dealers.
Grown niggas that sell mid-grade reefer.
Leave them alone.
Leave them niggas alone. They got guns. You know what I'm saying? They beat niggas up at football games. Leave. Something. It's just it's not here or there. These are just the facts. leave them alone. Okay. Some people gotta be left alone. All right. Look, this one I knew I gained respect in 6th grade. All the Mexican jokes. I used to be holding my own, but it's like you gotta also understand. It's like niggas that never seen me before, cause they in 7th, 8th grade. We all stay in the same neighborhood, but it's like I'm a kid to them. You feel me? So now I'm on the bus. These like 7th, 8th graders seeing me for the first time. They like, okay, this nigga basically getting this shit. My homie, I remember one time, nigga made my homie cry. They was on his ass, but my homie was also like born premature, so he used to walk funny. And I ain't like that shit, so I used to be trying to defend him. They was like, nigga, shut your Mexican ass up. Shut your Mexican, hard-working ass nigga, hard-working American. Nigga call me a hard-working American. Bro, I remember one time.
Niggas just joke about it.
They just say anything. That's what you gotta realize. Like, listen, bro, you just gotta realize that you can say anything as long as you say it with enough emphasis and it's niche enough to make sense. A nigga seen a lawn care business posted on a pole and they was like, damn, I ain't know Daddy Kyle. Daddy be working hard as fuck out here. Look, he got his business. He promoting his business. Mexican ass nigga, like it just come back nigga being Mexican. And I was like, but I remember it's like 2 months of this shit. My brain don't calculate the jokes fast enough. Then you start getting embarrassed. Then you start getting hot. Then you can't think of nothing. Then you just get mad. So I know one time in them 2 months I swung on a nigga and them niggas laughed at me. Like it was an 8th grade. He big as shit. I just swung on that nigga. I hit the nigga. He was like, "Little nigga, get your ass, sit your ass down before we beat your ass back." I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down. All right, y'all got it. I'm gonna go sit down. Cause these some big ass, these football playing ass 8th graders, nigga. I'm in 6th grade. I'm like 5'3". I just swung on nigga. Oh, that nigga wasn't even fazed by that shit. He ate that bitch. He was like, "Nigga, sit down before we beat your ass." But look, this one I knew I had got the respect, bro. I was thinking about this shit all night. Like, I gotta come up with a good joke, right? I couldn't think of nothing. Cause then some of these niggas is popular too, so it's like, God damn, nigga be fresh, nigga got girls. What I'm gonna say? Like, what can I say? The nigga be having fresh braids. Like, Allen Iverson is all the jazz. You know, I got the Iversons on, but I ain't got the braids. These niggas got the braids and the jerseys. They look just like them. What am I gonna say? I remember a nigga came to school. Well, this is one of the popular niggas. Came to school with the jeans with all the basketball teams on them. And I was like, I just went back there. I just made a beeline to the back. Like, I never avoided going to the back of the bus. I know I'm going to get roast. I don't give a fuck. I went back there. I said, damn, nigga went home and hit random. All the teams showed up on his pants.
Hey, yo.
I said, nigga hit random on the motherfucking pants. All the teams showed up. Bro, them niggas was back there dying laughing. I was welcome into the fold. I've been roasting niggas ever since. I never stopped roasting niggas. All I did was perfect my craft. But bro, that desperado shit is burning my brain because I used to be like, damn, bro, I know I look like a fucking Mexican, bro. I know I don't look like motherfucking Mexican. I used to be mad as fuck, bro. But yeah, it's like, y'all be getting mad at niggas for joking. We're just joking. I'm gonna tell you right now, learn how to roast or learn how to fight. And even if you can't fight that good, be willing to just pop it off on a nigga one time. Shit. What's the worst that can happen? Ass whipping don't last forever.
That's just a cultural thing.
It's just cultural. Niggas just testing your heart.
They had to laugh at their pain before.
Exactly.
They never had to laugh at their pain.
Nigga, our ancestors was being enslaved and still finding joy in life. That's strength. That's a strength that, you know, maybe it's unique to this place. We back. Nah, the A-Cam went out. But this week in that top five. Like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on that notification bell. This has been episode 31, Chris Next Podcast. Who behind the camera?
Big Ice Chain.
Nigga. Hey, man, we had a blast, bro. Man, that hour flew by. Now, listen, I'm going to keep it a bean. We're going to discuss some things real quick, all right? People saying 2 episodes a week. That's not going to happen, baby. That's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen. We're not going to water it down. We already doing 1 episode every week. It was just bi-weekly. Now we doing 1 a week. Don't motherfucking push it. For it be 1 episode a month. Starve the streets, gotta pull out, gotta make a drought. Gotta put a drought on the work.
But look, if it don't, we put a lot of cream in the streets.
We put a lot of cream. We gotta pay $500 to Shopify. I got $250. All right, you got something on it?
Yeah.
I got half. My dog got something on it. Brad, throw us something on the cash out, bro. Then we get the merch out. The faster we get the motherfucker paid, you know, you ain't dealing with a whole bunch of rich niggas. We some working class niggas. You feel me? I gotta pay rent. I'm motherfucking rent $1,900, nigga. If you was on the live earlier, you see what type of kids I got. That nigga Cohen went in there and made a plate of rice look like he got from motherfucking China Express. Fat ass plate of rice. A fat ass plate of rice, brother. Then this nigga put that shit in a bag and put hot sauce in and shook the rice up, threw it in a bowl. I was like, are you incarcerated? This nigga making chi-chis and shit? What the fuck wrong with this nigga?
It's in his lineage. It's in his DNA. Nigga just no prison. I'm sorry.
was shade, bro.
I'm sorry. I mean, we say about Kendrick. Can't say about your ass.
Nigga just made him a setup real quick.
Shake this rice up.
Yeah, shake this rice up. It's just something about rice in a bag, nigga. It drive me crazy. And then it's like, bro, this is the thing. Deante put some fat ass shrimp and crab in the rice and some yellow rice. That shit was busting. He ate that shit and was like, I bet some hot sauce will go crazy. But not just, this is a 10-year-old. This shit gotta be in his DNA. You're right. Nah, this is a real nigga right here, bro. It's a real nigga, bro. This is a real nigga, bro. Then he tried to skedaddle upstairs with the plate. Like, I was turned like this talking to somebody. I just seen the motherfucking feet go. I was like, what you got going on? He talking about nothing. And Emery was right there. She was like, he's finna eat upstairs. And they already know. Yeah. Because, bro, listen. If everybody conducted themselves the way Kyron do, everybody could eat upstairs. Kyron go upstairs, eat, watch his game. When he done, bring his trash downstairs, he throw it away. Cohen go upstairs, eat, do his thing, come in there the next day. It's a plate behind the bed. Why is it a plate behind the bed, my nigga? Why is it Dorito chip bags and Cheeto? Nigga, we ain't had no Doritos in the house in 3 months. Why the paper up here? Go look in his fucking computer drawer, Gatorade bottles.
He's 10, bro. He's 10.
I know he 10.
He's 10.
I know he 10. He's still a nasty motherfucker. Nasty motherfucker. Nasty ass nigga.
That's my only excuse. He's 10.
That's the only excuse. But this is the thing, bro. When I set the rules, the rule is set. He tried to sneak past me, man. Then I was like, bring your ass downstairs. He gonna sit the plate on the steps. Emery was like, he set the plate on the stairs. I was like, yeah, you can't rat it out. You might as well just come clean.
He probably like, motherfucker.
Then I was like, I just told you not to eat upstairs. Why would you still go upstairs and eat? You know what this nigga told me? Because you finna record.
You think he's smart?
Y'all nigga think he think he...
I ain't wanna make no noise. You finna record, I wanna make no noise. You told me to be quiet. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, he pissed me. That shit had me... I ain't gonna lie, I was hot. I was hot. I was tight.
I came in the house, nigga, listen to Dancing Queen. What the fuck? What's going on?
Niggas had me stressed out, son. Niggas had me stressed out. Listen, bro, I was overstimulated. It's like my face was getting hot. I was like, bro, I need to calm down. These niggas is stressing me out. Cause then I was in here talking shit, of course. I'm in here talking shit. And he was like, if you don't want to hear me, you can clear your ears. You can close your ears. I said, nigga, you finna close your arteries. You keep eating like that, so you can shut the fuck up talking to me, bro. Yeah, keep eating hot sauce. Keep eating hot sauce on your motherfucking rice with the shrimp. Nigga had a whole plate like bro, it looked like takeout, bro. Why the fuck is you eating all this rice? We just ate.
He's a growing young man, son.
Nah. He is, bro. That's why I try not to police food. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, at some point you doing too much. Nigga ain't thought about nobody. He ain't thought about me that I need food for work tomorrow. He ain't thought about that at all. Nigga was upstairs in the bed like, I wonder if I throw that rice in a bag with some hot sauce in the fucking country ass inmate.
On his bunk like
nigga sitting on the bunk. Yeah, he's sitting up there in the bunk. Yeah. Man, I can't wait, man. I get out the cell in about 20 minutes. Go down, give me some water.
Oh shit.
He gonna be recording, so I'm gonna keep it low. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna keep it low.
Yeah. He ain't no trustee. Emery was
Emery the trustee. Put all that nigga business out. Warden. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Warden. That nigga sneaking food. No, it's in her DNA. Snitching, nigga.
Top flight.
Yeah, man. I don't even remember what I was trying to tell y'all. We're trying to get the Shopify shit paid. So if you want to pitch in a donation, like Dr. Umar, he be saying it 3 times, nigga be getting donations. I figure if we say it 3 times, we might get some too. But we working class fellas, you know what I'm saying? We ain't out here rolling in the motherfucking dough. But we want y'all to get this Gullah Gullah merch. The Gullah Gullah is going crazy on the internet right now. All right? Get you some of that. Gullah Gullah tees, Grits Next Podcast tees, we back on the back. Put them on the island tees. We tried to do a lot of cream in the streets. All of it is disgusting. Okay? It's no way to make that t-shirt You can't wear that anywhere. Maybe, okay, young lady, wear it to bed. Let a nigga know what time it is when he pull up. A lot of cream in the street.
Big t-shirt action.
Big t-shirt action. Big t-shirt draws action.
Oh.
Huh? Had her hair wrapped up? Answer the door? Mismatched socks? No, that pussy good.
Gotta have it because you know that I'm a fiend. All right, son. It's time to go.
All right, yo. Grizzly Ass Podcast, episode 31. We out.